Hey, what's up guys, JQ with Tech Creation. This is Google's most advanced tablet to date, the Pixel C. The C standing for convertible. Upon first impression, this is a very well designed tablet with its aluminum construction. It's slippery by nature, but it's clean and compact, especially with that awesome Pixel C keyboard attached that's sold separately. With a 10.2 inch screen, it's on the smaller side compared to others, and at just over 17 ounces, it has a little bit of weight to it, but that's never a bad thing in my book, especially for something that feels this great in the hand. The first thing that stood out to me was the elegant battery indicator on the back. It's really sleek looking, and it's the same that's found on the Chromebook Pixel for those who are familiar. Google's branding colors light up when the screen is on, and double tapping shows the remaining battery via the yellow LEDs, and it works even when the tablet is off. But you have to play around with it a little as it can be flaky at times. This gesture is not sensor driven like many believe, it's actually an accelerometer. In fact, tapping anywhere on the back of the tablet hard enough will trigger a response. It comes with rapid charging built in via the USB-C port located on the lower left, which I found to work as expected, taking the 34.2 watt-hour battery, which is equivalent to 9,000 milliamps, from 0 to 100 in about an hour and 40 minutes, and more on the battery life later. Now the volume buttons rest just above it, and along top is your power button near not one, but 4 separate microphones for better hands-free efficiency when using Google Now's voice commands. Audio pickup from a distance worked great, nothing mind-blowing, but it's nice to see something different for once. Now on the topic of audio, the speaker grills are on the side, and they sound just doable. Yeah, they get loud, but what good is it if it lacks richness and depth? Sure, I know audio is all subjective, but they just sound tinny and weak to my ears. I think it's important to mention since this is essentially a multimedia device. Just pair the Pixel C with a Bluetooth speaker of your choice, and you'll be just fine. There's also a 2 megapixel camera on the front and an 8 megapixel camera on the back. Now you guys know how I feel about cameras on a tablet, but here are some still samples for anyone who may be interested. Now the Pixel C is packed with strong magnets around the perimeter on both the front and back, with the strongest one being on the lower back portion. So strong, in fact, you can snap this on your fridge and play some music or look at recipes while you're cooking dinner. But good luck trying to pry it off. Now a quick side note, something to consider, now that Google supports offline navigation in Google Maps, you now have yourself a 10-inch navigation system. Good job, Google. Anyway, so these magnets complement the Pixel C keyboard that retails for $150, and it has a magnetic hinge to secure the tablet in place. This too is built well. You can really tell that hardware was Google's primary focus on this project. Once the tablet is secured in laptop position, it's quite tough removing it, but if you ask me, that's a good thing. You don't have to worry about it falling over. But it is easier to remove in any other position, just rotate it or push it and it comes right off. Now 2 notes about the keyboard, you never have to charge it because it juices up wirelessly in its closed position with auto charge technology. And 2, after initially pairing it up via Bluetooth, it automatically connects every time you attach it from there on. There's no need to jump into the settings for any reason. The keyboard lacks a Z space, so some keys sit awkwardly crammed, except for your main QWERTY keys. But oddly enough, this sort of helps since it brings the screen closer to you for touch navigation. But I would have much rather preferred a longer keyboard in exchange for a trackpad any day. On a positive note, typing was really comfortable. I had an easy time pressing those keys. It has great travel. It's not the best experience on the lap, but in general, I almost forgot I was typing on a tablet until of course I naturally kept reaching for the non-existent trackpad. It also would have been nice to have backlit keys, but that's not the case, so don't even think about using this in the dark. In its closed position, it looks like a netbook, and I really can't get over this clean shell look. It's such a low profile, beautiful machine. That aluminum really does justice. I would have liked to see a fingerprint sensor somewhere. I'd kinda like to move away from manual lock screens since most flagship smartphones already have finger scanners on them. It's not a huge deal, but when you're switching back and forth between your phone and the tablet, it's noticeable. Now it's running stock Android 6.0 Marshmallow, so you get all the cool features like Google Now on tap, as well as the fluidity and clean layout. Now there were complaints in early reviews about the touchscreen delay, but I'm not sure what people were complaining about. I didn't experience any lag as described. My experience has been just fine. Now what I thought was genius was splitting up the action buttons across the screen, so there's no need to move your finger to the center to navigate while holding the tablet. I've never found it easier to navigate a tablet than this. That's a huge plus. What I also found useful was accessing the notification shade from any part of the top screen, as it's not locked to any specific edge. Again, it just allows for more freedom when navigating. The resolution of the screen is 2560 by 1800 with 308 ppi, which is more than suitable for the average Joe. In fact, approaching 2016, I think we can move away from this discussion. In my opinion, displays are hitting a plateau for the human eye, and basically almost any smartphone/tablet that came out this year, images, video, and gameplay will not only look fine, but run absolutely just fine as well. And the Pixel C is no exception with its 3GB of RAM and the Nvidia Tegra X1 processor. The only thing that lacks here is multi-window support, as seen on Samsung Galaxy tablets. I think it would have pushed the experience a little further, but it's not a deal breaker, at least not for me. I genuinely enjoyed using the Pixel C day in and day out, and it's definitely going to be my main tablet for social media, watching videos, and most certainly responding to emails. Now, the battery life seemed great, about a day and a half to 2 days, using it for 2 to 4 hours at any given time, and standby time lasts several days. So the Pixel C is available for 32GB at $499 and 64GB at $599. Now, is this worth it? I'll leave that up to you to decide. Drop a comment below to express your thoughts. As always, if you enjoyed this video, show some love to that like button, and if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe for some awesome tech videos every week. Also, be sure to follow me on social media in between videos. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Later.